What's up, everybody? We're back. Daniel Friedel, Jason Bever, Phoenix Jiu-Jitsu. Thought we'd work on some headlock defense stuff today. Let's look at the kind of three major ways that we would get into a headlock, and that I would get into a headlock from an offensive opponent, and how to deal with that. So one way is pretty simple. My hands are up, my partner throws this overhand right, and I'm going to cover my ball spot. So let's do it, go again. Hands up, and I'm trying to like basically put my elbow into his bicep. I'm going to overhook. My right hand is going to pummel for an underhook, and I'm going to be right around the waist. Also, if my opponent is thin enough, I would like to have two hands on his arm, and then I can move this hand down to his wrist. Let's get another view of that. So another angle, my hands are up, look, I come in tight, I look for the clinch, I'm going to pummel for an underhook, and then I get inside here, okay? All right, so another way is if we were in here in a purely grappling situation, we were in this clinch, I'm going to look to pummel my right hand from the collar in to the waist, right? So a tight waist here, and then I will start to transfer those hand grips to his arm. So if we were in here on the collar tie, look, this hand's going to come over, I'm going to pummel under, and now I like want my shoulder in his armpit, and I start moving this stuff around, okay? And then lastly, the way that it actually happened to me in real life, a guy tried to headlock me from this position, okay? And when he did, so I want to come in here and make all this stuff tight. Same, we'll change that. So we were in here, boom. Look, in here tight, okay? Now, doesn't matter where my feet are when we initiate the head, or when the headlock is initiated. It's more important about where I move my feet to. This example is simply for like kind of a square or T type thing. So what I want is basically, if my opponent's feet are in a straight line this way, I want my feet in a straight line this way, making a T. The straight line between his toes would be out this way, and the straight line between my toes would be here, and that's our little T, okay? So we're operating off of that sort of footwork. Step one, probably the easiest one ever. I'm going to take my back foot, I'm going to pick up his left leg. I like to say calf to calf. Now it's also important, I don't want to look down at my feet. You can see that breaks my posture down really easy. What I want is I want to posture and my ear in his shoulder. My goal is to take his head behind his hips. So if I'm looking down, that's no good. Look, I get posture. My right calf muscle goes to his left calf muscle. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put his head behind his hips. I do not have to go to the ground with him, but I might. Like, it just sort of depends on the situation. Another look. So in here. So in here, my right calf to his calf, I'm going to pick it up. And his head. All right. We worked on another one. So feet square. This way. Awesome. And his back up just a little bit. All right. So in this case, maybe his foot was too far behind, or he was staggered, or like his footwork just didn't work out for this one. Okay. Look, I'm simply going to come all the way through. My hip comes to the outside of his hip. So this is important. I don't do this. I want to pick him up with my hip, so I come across, and like I just squat him up. Now I just simply look behind me. So, from this headlock, look, I want to make sure that I trap this. I don't want him to be able to punch me. I'm going to step through, my hip goes to the outside, I pick him up, I look behind me. One more time. All right. So my partner gets a headlock. Look, I step through. Hip to the outside, I squat. Straight up. That's a quick review of the 2 to 3 sort of things on how you count them, headlock counters that we've been working on in class. Let's try it. Ready, 1, 2.